how I caught it, found it, or came by it, what stuff it is made of, where it is born, I am to learn. And such a want with sadness makes me that I have much ado to know myself.
Your mind is tossing on the sea. There we are, ghosties, their portly sails, like rich signors of yours on the flood. Do overpeer the traffickers, give reverence, you curses, they fly by on their woven wings.
Believe me, had I such virtue for the better part of my affections would still be with my hopes abroad. I would still be plucking the grass to see where sits the wind, or peering in maps for ports and piers and roads, and any of it might make me fear misfortune by adventures. Without a doubt would make me sad.
My wind cooling my broth will blow me you to think of what a wind too great might do at sea. Shall I not see the sandy hourglass run, and bethink me straight of hollows and flats, or my wealthy Andrew docked in sand, veiling his high-topped tower, lower her rib to kiss his burial? Shall I go to church and see the whole edifice of stone, and not bethink me straight of dangerous rocks, which touching my gentle vessel's side would scatter my spices on the stream, disenrobing my roaring waters with their silks? And in a word not worth nothing would beseech me thus, and make me sad. But that's not me.
I know Antonia's sad to think upon the merchandise.
Believe me, no. I thank my fortune for it. My ventures are not in one bottom trusted, nor to one place, nor is my whole estate upon the fortune of this present year. Therefore my merchandise makes me not sad.
Why, then you are in love.
Oh, my.
Not in love, then neither. Then let us say you are sad because you are not married, and 'twere easy for you to laugh and leap and say you are married, then put me you are sad. And now by two-headed Janus, nature hath framed strange fellows in her time. Some that will evermore peep through their eyes and laugh like parrots at a bagpiper, and others such vinegar aspect they hardly show their teeth by way of smile, though Nestor swears the jest be laughable. Here comes Bassanio, your most noble kinsman, Gratiano, and Lorenzo. Fare ye well, we leave you now with better company.
I would have stayed till you were married, better company, but not prevented me.
Your worth is very dear in my regard. I take it your own business calls on you, and you have raised the occasion to depart.
Come on, my good lord.
Good signores both, when shall we laugh, say when? You grow exceeding strange, must it be so?
And make our lieges to attend yours.
My lord Bassanio, since you have found Antonia, we too will leave you. But at dinner time, I pray you, have in mind where we must meet.
I will not fail you.
You look not well, Signora Antonia. You have too much respect upon the world. They do lose it, they do buy it with much care. But believe me, you are marvelously changed.
I hold the world, but as the world, Gratiano. A stage where every man must play a part. And mine a sad one.
Well, let me play the fool. With mirth and laughter, let old wrinkles come. And let my liver rather heat with wine than my heart cool with mortifying groans. Why should a man whose blood is warm within sit like his grandsire cut in alabaster, sleep when he wakes, and creep into the jaundice by being peevish? I tell thee what, Antonia, I love thee, and 'tis my love that speaks. There are a sort of men whose visages do grieve and mantle like a standing pond, and do a wilful stillness entertain with the purpose of being dressed in an opinion of wisdom, profound conceit, gravity, as who should say, I am Sir Oracle, and when I ope my lips, let no dog bark. My Antonia, I do know of these that therefore are only reputed as being wise for saying nothing, when I'm very sure, if they should speak, would almost damn those ears which, hearing them, would call their brothers fools. But I'll tell thee more of this another time. But fish not with this melancholy bait, this fool gudgeon, this opinion. Come, good Lorenzo, fare ye well a while. I'll end my exhortation after dinner.
Well, we too will leave you. I must be one of these sanctum wise men, for Gratiano never lets me speak.
Well, stay with me but 2 years more, and thou shalt forget the sound of thine own tongue.
Farewell, I'll grow a talker for this year.
Thanks, Faith, for silence is only commendable in a neat's tongue bride, and a maid not bendable.
Is that anything now?
Gratiano speaks an infinite deal of nothing, more than any man in all Venice. His reasons are as 2 grains of wheat, hid in 2 bushels of chaff. You shall seek all day ere you find them, and when you have them, they are not worth the search.
Well, tell me now what lady the same to whom you swore a secret pilgrimage that you today promised to tell me of.
'Tis not unknown to you, Antonia, how much I have saved my estate, by something showing a more swelling port than my fate means of rank continuance. Nor do I make moan to be abridged from such a noble race. My chief care is to come fairly off the great debts, wherein my time something too probable hath left me engaged. To you, Antonia, I owe the most in money and in love, and from that love I have a warranty to unburden all my plots and purposes, how to get clear of all the debts I owe.
I pray you, good Bassanio, let me know it. And if it stand as you yourself still do within the eye of honor, be assured my purse, my person, my extremest means lie all unlocked to your occasions.
Well, in my school days, when I had lost one shaft, I shot his fellow the self-same flight, the self-same way, with a more advised watch, to find the other fourth. And by adventuring both, I oft found both. I urge this childhood proof, because what follows is pure innocence. I owe you much, and like a willful youth, that which I owe is lost. But if you please to shoot another arrow, that self-way which you did shoot the first, I do not doubt as I will watch the aim, or find the other fourth, and bring the latter hazard back again, and thankfully rest debtor for the first.
You know me well, and herein spend but time to wind about my love with circumstance. And out of doubt you do me now more wrong, and make question of my uttermost than if you had made waste of all I have. Then do but say to me what I should do, that in your knowledge may by me be done, and I am pressed unto it.
Well, in Belmont is a lady richly left. And she is fair, and fairer than that word of wondrous virtue. Sometimes from her eyes I did receive fair, speechless messages. Her name is Portia. Nothing undervalued to Cato's daughter. Brutus is Portia, nor is the wide world ignorant of her worth. For the four winds blow in from every coast, renowned suitors. Her sunny locks hang on her temples like a golden fleece, making her seat in Belmont Caucasus strand. Oh, my Antonia, had I but the means to hold a rival place with one of them, I've a mind presages me such thrift that I should questionless be fortunate.
Thou knowest all my fortunes are at sea. Neither have I money nor commodity to raise them with the sum. Therefore go forth, try what my credit can in Venice do. That shall be racked even to the uttermost to furnish thee to Belmont, to fair Portia. Go presently and inquire where money is, and so will I. And I no question make whether I have it of my trust or for my sake.
Would be, sweet madam, if your miseries were in the same abundance as your good fortunes are. And yet, for aught I see, they are as sick that starve with nothing as are they that live too much. There is no mean happiness, therefore to be seated in the mean. Superfluity comes sooner by white hairs, but competency lives longer.
Good sentences and well pronounced.
They would be better if well followed.
If to do were as easy to know as what were good to do, then chapels would be churches and poor men's cottages, princes' palaces. It is a good divine that follows his own teaching. I would easier teach 20 what were good to do than be one of 20 to follow mine own teaching. See, the brave may devise laws for the blood, but a hot temper leaps over a whole decree, and such as the hair of madness the youth. To skip over the mesh of good counsel is cripple. But such reasoning is not in the fashion to choose me a husband. Word, choose, for I can neither choose one nor refuse all. Such is the bidding of a living daughter bound by the bidding of a dead father. Is it not hard, nurse, that I can never choose one nor refuse all?
Your father was ever virtuous, and holy men in their death have good inspirations. Therefore, the lottery which he hath devised in these 3 caskets of gold, silver, and lead, whereof he who chooses his meaning chooses you, shall no doubt never be chosen by any rightly, but by one whom you shall rightly love. But tell me what warmth is there in your affection towards any of these princely suitors that are already come?
I pray thee, overname them, and as thou name them, I will describe them. Next, level by my description my affection.
First, the Neapolitan prince.
That is a colt indeed, for he doth nothing but talk of his horse. And he gives such great appropriations to his own parts that he can shoot them himself. I much fear, my lady, his mother slept false with his smith.
The County Palatine.
He does nothing but frown, as who would say, "You wilt not have me choose." He hears a merry tale and does not smile. I am much feared he will prove a weeping philosopher in his old age, being so full of a manly sadness in his youth. I would rather marry a death's head than either of these God hath made him, and therefore let him pass as a man. In truth, I know it is a sin to be a mocker, but he hears a throstle sing and falls straight to cantering. He would fence his own shadow. If I were to marry him, I were to marry 20 husbands. And if he would hate me, I would forgive him, for if he were to love me to madness, I could never requite him.
What think you then of Falconbridge, the young Baron of England?
Oh, you know I have nothing to say to him, and not him me. For I understand not him, and him not me. He has not the Italian, or the Latin, or the French, and he will go into court and swear that I have a 4 pennies worth of the English. He is a proper man's picture, sure, but how oddly he is suited. I swear he bought his doublet in Germany, his round hose in France, his bonnet in Italy, and his behavior elsewhere. Oh.
What think you then of the Scottish lord, his nephew?
He hath neighborly charity in him, for he borrowed a box on the ear from the Englishman and swore to pay him back when he was next able. But I think the Frenchman became the surety when he sued him for another.
Oh, the German.
Oh. He is most vilely in the morning, when he is sober, and more vilely in the afternoon, when he is drunk. At his best, he is a little less than a man, at his worst, a little more than a beast. The worst fall that ever fell. I hope I can make a ship to go without him.
He should choose to choose and choose correctly. You should choose to refuse to perform your father's will regarding the caskets.
Therefore, for fear of the worst, I pray thee, set a deep glass of Rhenish wine on the contrary casket, for the devil within him, and the temptation without. I know he will choose it. I will do anything, Nerissa, ere I be married to a sponge.
Need not worry, my lady, the having of any of these lords, for they have acquainted me with their determinations, which are to take you home and trouble you no more with suit, unless you were to choose by some other way than your father's will.
If I live to be as old as Sibylla, I will die as chaste as Diana, else I be maintained by the manner of my father's will. I'm glad this partial of words is so reasonable, for there's not but one among them I would dote on his very absence, and I pray God grant him a safe departure.
Do you remember, madam, in your father's time, a Venetian, scholar and a soldier?
Yes. Benicio, as I remember him called? Yes, madam.
Bassanio. Venetian. He, my foolish eyes ever did see, was the best deserving of a young maid.
I remember him! And I remember him worthy of that grade. Well, good my lord.
Our stranger is grieving to them to take their leave. And there's a forerunner come from the fifth, Prince Morocco, who brings word as master the prince will be here tonight.
If I could bid the fifth welcome with so good a heart as I can bid the other 4 farewell, I would be glad of his approach. Sirrah, go before. Come, Nerissa, as we close the gates on one word, another knocks upon our door.